we'll talk about. And then we'll also talk about how to build a support team, because that's important. You know, a support team at home and a support team from a business standpoint, whether it be your contractors, your lenders, or whoever it is. And then, like I said, to determine the value of a property, because you really can't steal in slow motion. You can't, you know, sit around and have paralysis of analysis and lose a deal just because you got to dot every I and cross every T. You know, you'll lose a deal to an investor that's got a formula and it knows what they're doing. And then this kind of goes back to what we talked about with your buyers list. The communication system that you use with your buyers and how you do it is going to give you a leg up or a leg down on selling your deals quickly or having your contracts run out. So that's something that you need to learn quickly, and it helped us. And so y'all are still thinking, okay, well, how much? I'm not going to tell you just yet. I'm going to talk a little bit. Day one, how to use a realtor. We'll have a realtor panel. We'll have the six-figure investor panel, investors that are out there actually making six figures or above in wholesaling, not just people who are doing a deal here and there. We'll have an appraiser there as well. I think I mentioned that. One of the top appraisers in Atlanta that we work with will be there. And then, of course, like I said, how to construct offers quickly so that you can't, you know, so that you can steal, but not in slow motion, so that you can get the best deals out there and not be left behind with the paralysis of analysis. A mortgage broker panel discussion, because mortgage brokers are important for you and your buyers. A lot of times we sell properties to people just because they know how they can get out of the property. They know who they need to talk to in order to refinance the property or to sell to their end buyer. So it's important to learn what mortgage brokers are looking for, not for you, because when you're wholesaling, generally your credit will not matter, but you need to know what they're looking for your end buyer's sake, so that you can market your property better. I also have at least 3 hard money lenders there that can lend here and nationally. And then we're going to do the typical ugly house tour. We're going to go through different houses in Atlanta and walk through each house and figure out how much it's going to cost to repair this house, how quickly can I estimate these repairs, and we'll also not only just do that, we'll have contractors that are with us that go on these tours that will talk to you about what repairs should be done, what their typical costs are, and how you can best take advantage of or best utilize a contractor, and how you should treat them. You know, it'd be nice to have that perspective from contractors, you know, training on what to fix and not to fix. And then we'll also be able to make offers while we're there. And we'll have agents there, we'll have contractors there, so you guys can kind of figure out step by step, how do I make my offer based on these repairs by this contractor, and then you'll have the advantage of being able to ask questions of the mortgage brokers, the hard money lenders, as well as the contractors. So that's something you don't get in a lot of events, is a practical support team. You know, we're basically allowing y'all to borrow and use for yourself our turnkey team, because it's not just about a system. It's not just about a book, a tape, you know, a course. It's about having all the resources around you that will allow you to be successful, you know, from A to Z. You know, I can sit up here all day and tell you that you should do this, 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 and then this. You should find a house, put it on a contract, and find your buyer, sell your house. I can tell you to do that all day long, but if you don't know, how do I find my buyer? Who do I talk to in my market? Who do I go, you know, how do I estimate these repairs? Who can I go to for a second opinion? You know, how do I estimate this value? Who do I talk to about that? If you don't have the resources along with the system, you really don't have a system at all. You need to have not just the system on paper, you need to have the people that are live human beings that are breathing and living where you live in order to be truly successful. Because the reason why Kim and I can do the things that we can do is not because of us. And, you know, not just because of us and what we know, it's about who we know, you know, and who we network with. And so it's important to have these things under one roof. You know, when I say we're one-stop shop for your education and your properties, etc., I really truly believe that we are unique because we want you to have not just the system on paper, we want you to have the people there with you that you can turn to when you need to do a deal. You know, because you can't do a deal if you don't have all this stuff lined in place. Or if you do, it's going to be bumpy. You know, it's going to be bumpy. Here's the last thing I'll tell you about the day 2. We'll have to put them on contractors on a panel, and then we'll talk about putting your business on autopilot and then marketing your houses, whether you're selling wholesale or retail, for top dollar. Let's see costs, and I'm going to show you how it's going to be free. Truly free, and then double free. Just give me a minute. It's going to be double free. All right. It actually says 1 day. It should be 2 day. Everybody outside of this room is going to end up paying $19.97 when they come on May 7th and 8th.